All right, I think we're starting up. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Awesemo.com live before lock show, where Jameis Winston just got suspended. So that's not great. Personal conduct policy. Hopefully that's not more along the lines of what Jameis Winston has had issues with in the past. But we'll talk about that, I'm sure. I'm Chris Spags, joined, as I often am, by the man in the hat over there, the Chubster himself, Mr. Josh Engelman. Josh, how are you doing?
I'm back for Thursdays, baby. What up?
Oh, and it does look like we can have Awesemo on today. So, yeah, it looks like we're not going to have a live stream tomorrow unless I'm forced to do it alone, which would be a clusterfuck of epic proportions given my laptop streaming capabilities and just my desire to talk by myself for an hour. So we're going to have Alex on today, Alex Awesemo Baker, the top player in the world. We'll ring him up in about 10 minutes, talk to him about his top stacks article today, talk to him about what went on at the Fantasy Sports Trade Association. It was a big fantasy sports event in Minneapolis, the bustling hubbub of fantasy sports and Jake, I guess those two things.
Yeah.
So we'll catch up on all that with him. Let's talk pitchers up front since Alex did stacks today. Where are you going for your pitchers tonight, Josh?
Full fade of Max Scherzer.
Okay, I mean
I'm not
it's a logical thing given his price.
Not even possible. I have 55% of him.
Yeah.
A lot of Bumgarner. Probably quite a bit of Tyler Skaggs. I really like those top three guys, actually. Like, I'm cool with Bumgarner and Skaggs, and I think that everybody else, so like Carmark, Godley, Hendricks, Suter, Cool, I think they're all basically like the same guy, and you could just rotate them through.
That's a little unfair to Carlos Martinez to say that he's the same as Chad Cool. It's a little. I feel like he looks pretty interesting to me. I have a little more Carlos Martinez than I probably should, given the danger of the Brewers' bats. But I don't know. Like I think he's a better play than Chad Cool. I don't like Chad Cool.
I've got them with essentially the exact same chance of being a top two pitcher.
But you also had Felix Hernandez as being. You knew it was going to come up. That was not right. He had 17 points.
Okay.
Oh, shut up. You can't claim that one was right. He was the number 2 pitcher on the night. So I don't think that was your fancy little simulations didn't have that. Only this fancy simulator on my head had that.
How's that recency bias treating you?
Whatever. I was right. Again, look, I'm getting better at identifying these shitty pitchers. I can tell you one guy who I find to be a shitty pitcher who I also probably actually came off a little bit of because I just realized it might be stupid. You want to guess?
All right, so let's see.
So who do you hate the most?
It's
not Matt Harvey. It's not Matt Harvey.
Aaron Sanchez?
Yep, Aaron Sanchez.
Worst chance of being the highest scoring pitcher of the slate.
Okay, so my logic for that, not a lot of hard contact. I think the Angels, actually Alex said a similar thing, which we'll talk about with him shortly, that the Angels are maybe a little overvalued in terms of ownership. I think there's some strikeouts to be had there, some guys who don't get on base particularly well, at least in the projected lineups. Sanchez doesn't miss bats, so that's not great, but short slate. I'm a little worried about the Cubs game. I think that's my logic. We're going a little bit to Aaron Sanchez.
He's the guy I'll have the least of.
Okay, that's fair. Look, that's fair. I'm not going whole hog on him. I think there are a couple guys I like more, but I'd rather go up to Godley personally.
Which guy are you giving the whole hog to?
There's no morbidly obese pitcher who started in 2005 or earlier on the slate tonight. So, I don't know. That makes it tough, but I went with a lot of Carlos Martinez. I have the most Bumgarner by far, but that's obviously a chalky pick or fairly chalky pick. Bumgarner I found it hard to avoid.
I would agree.
Let's see. Any thoughts on Tyson Ross? My thoughts are stacked against him, but Josh may feel differently.
No, I don't have much Ross. 8% right now. Not really the guy for me.
Yeah, I think I would rather stack Giants tonight. I'm actually waiting. I really would like to see that lineup come through sooner than later. Because I actually like that stack a fair amount. And Brandon Crawford, too, coming off of paternity leave potentially. think could be a little interesting play. The little daddy narrative thing. That's a thing, right?
Maybe not in baseball. It's like a stripper narrative.
Like Dame Lillard had his kid and then like had that like monster like 50-point game, I think, versus New Orleans or somebody like that.
I don't remember what you're talking about, but
yeah, I feel like it happens enough where it's a thing. But this is like I think his fourth son, so Brandon Crawford might. Is that
why Antonio Cromartie was so good for so long? You just kept cranking out kids.
Yeah, he was getting paid in the league for a while, so I think so. Just every game was a new child narrative for him.
Because he had like 75 kids.
He did. He didn't even remember the names out of all of them.
He's like, oh, 6.
Why Bumgarner? I know it's the Padres, but he hasn't been great off the DL. What do you think, Josh?
I don't really have much of a choice. There's only so many guys you could roster today. But no, seriously, I mean, he's. I'm not going to pay attention to 1 start or 2 starts or whatever it's been. I'm going to pay attention to everything he's ever done.
I feel the same way, and it is the Padres. And I've played shittier pitchers versus the Padres, so I'm pretty okay with it.
Vegas seems to like it, so.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah. Hey, if you don't like Bumgarner, stack some Padres up because I'm sure nobody's going to have them.
Yeah, let's see. We've got. Yeah, they're higher than I would have expected. They're 9th in aggregate ownership. Blue Jays, Brewers, and Orioles are below them.
Huh. Brewers shouldn't be below them. That seems like an incorrect thing there.
I mean, like, it's all relative. It's, it's not like there's this gigantic chasm between the two, but just saying. I mean, I have less Brewers than I do Padres, and I have less Brewers than we're projecting, so I think I'm on team avoid the Brewers.
Thoughts on Reyes and Villa? Aren't Reyes and Villanueva not even projected? At least Reyes isn't projected to be in, is he?
I have Reyes in, yeah, and Villanueva. I don't like them. I don't really like the Padres, so. Reyes is not for me.
Fantasy Labs doesn't have Reyes as being projected in the lineup right now, so I don't know. I wouldn't play either way either, but I don't see Reyes as being in currently on the site that I'm looking at. King Felix did good last night, Spags. I played him, and I like Sanchez to noon. 2 tonight. Don't listen to Josh. Marino for life. I think you're on the right path. Just keep riding my mediocre pitcher selections. We're 2 for 3 on the week. Paul Blackburn did pretty hard. Godwin Asmo asking, what are your top stacks tonight? We'll talk about that in a minute when we get Alex Osmo Baker on the line on the live stream. Yeah, I guess, Josh, you want to just bring him up now? Fuck it, why not?
Sure. All right. Chris is going away for a while. Goodbye, Chris. Boop.
It's been great seeing you. I'll keep talking while Josh clicks things. Can Harper break his homerless streak tonight, please? I hope he can. I like that stack for the Nationals tonight. I'm actually curious about that as well. I like Harper, but we'll talk more about that with Alex. We'll see what he thinks. Maybe Nats are his secret sauce. What's up, Alex? How are you doing? Welcome to the live.
There's the boss.
Good. How you were out in Minneapolis this week, right? How is the local cuisine? I don't know. What do they have in Minneapolis?
I was, yeah. It was kind of cool. I was there for the FSTA conference. I got to meet a lot of other fancy guys. Actually, didn't get to experience the local cuisine, but my mom is from there, and she was like, "You gotta go to the Guthrie Theater," and it happened to be like a couple blocks from my hotel. So I stopped by, took a picture. I'm sure she'll be really amused to see that.
What is that? The Guthrie Theater, is that like a famous local spot?
I don't know. It's just like a really cool building, and they have like plays there. I didn't have time to like see a play or anything, but it's kind of funny to just take a photo op there.
As long as you made your mom happy, that's all that matters. Mother's Day was just a short month ago. You got to keep that going year round.
Right.
Alex, you have your your top stacks article is up tonight, or is up today rather, outlining the plays that you think are going to be best tonight. Obviously, the Cubs are a popular team. Also, some weather concerns going on there. How are you feeling about them? I mean, you wrote about them, but I guess repeat what you wrote. People.
Give everyone who isn't a premium member a little preview here. As far as the weather, I'm not really too concerned. I've been checking the radar. There doesn't seem to be a lot of storm cells around the area kind of moving that way, so I'm not really worried about fading the game. Last night with Pittsburgh, that was kind of an anomaly. That was weird. I think everyone kind of expected that game to play. But going back to it today, not going to be overly risk averse. The Cubs definitely, they're the team that everyone knows. They're in the best spot. So they're going to be high owned, but there's some tension because also Max Scherzer is kind of like the guy you got to get in. It's hard to get all of them in together. So I think that you can play the Cubs and still have like contrarian picks in the other spots, so you can be okay. But they're not necessarily my favorite stack tonight.
So where would you pivot then if you're trying to get away from the Cubs? Obviously, we have being projected as one of the highest owned stacks. Actually the highest owned stack by I think a fair margin. Where would you go to get away from them?
So this is kind of where I recommend paying up to be contrarian a little bit, because in my estimation, all these other teams are so close that it's all just coming down to who you're getting at lower ownership. And one of the teams I'm looking at is Milwaukee. On DraftKings, they're priced up a little bit more than FanDuel. So on FanDuel, we're projecting them to have a lot more ownership than DraftKings. So I actually like them on DraftKings more, even though they're like not as good a play like as far as projection, just because people aren't going to be on them quite as much.
And if you were stacking the Brewers, which guys were you looking at? Obviously, they have a couple of big bats there that are higher priced, but I guess which guys would you target the most?
I don't have the lineup in front of me, but I'm pretty sure I'm targeting all those guys. One of my favorite Brewers is Jonathan VR, just because he does it all, and no one seems to be on him all the time. Like he just steals bags, gets home runs and stuff. So.
Yeah, I think Eric Sogard's also. Josh, actually, what do you think about Eric Sogard? Because I think he's a little interesting play. He's sneaking in the lineup tonight. Not the Brewer stack is not going to be different enough already. But if you're trying to get a cheap guy in, 2,500, dual position eligibility. What do you think about the Brewer stack, Josh?
I don't have a ton of Brewers right now. Sogard's getting rostered because he's shockingly 2,500, if I'm reading that correctly, which is not a price you see all that often on DraftKings. I have him, but he's kind of a filler for me. I do like the main bats of the Brewers. Like, you could obviously get to a Thames, Yelich, Shaw, plus X, 4-man pretty easily. They're pretty expensive. It's a tough spot.
That's fair. Alex, where would you go? You mentioned Scherzer is probably your top play of the night in terms of, he should be at that price, I would hope. But how would you stack to kind of fit him into a lineup and also feel like you're not getting you're totally sacrificing bats completely?
So actually, I've done a little bit of research on Scherzer. I don't think having him is going to make or break your lineup. So just make a lineup you feel good with. If you have enough money for Scherzer, get him. Otherwise, it's fine taking other pitchers.
Skaggs the ownership. Scratched, so that might matter to you.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't want to cut you off, but that's probably super relevant to you right now with 40 minutes left and talking about other pitchers.
Plenty of time to just my lineups, but that is quite a development. I guess we'll have to wait to see who's starting for him. So there'll be a big change. Maybe people won't adjust their lineups, and you can get the opposing side at a lower ownership, which could be cool.
Man, I love Skaggs today. This is nonsense. You graded out so well for me.
Apparently it's John Lamb starting. I don't know enough about him. I don't have him in front of me. But that's
going to get led to the slaughter today.
Let's see. What hand is John Lamb? I don't know that offhand, obviously. Check out John Lamb. I guess, were you currently banking, Alex, on having some Tyler Skaggs? Is that going to be a big pivot for you?
I don't think so. I think he's a little overpriced, so I was going to spend down or, spend up, probably skipping over him. I don't think he had a very good grade in our rankings, but he is a better pitcher than John Lamb. I think John Lamb is pretty decent, so it's not going to be a huge change, but...
Ooh. Yeah, John Lamb immediately grades out very poorly. He's left-handed if you're looking it up like I am. So now we know, the Jays now could become a very interesting stack if you are thinking about a game theory play. Alex, with nothing in front of you, would you recommend the Blue Jays now that we know that John Lamb?
I think, just because usually it takes a little while for everything to get updated, so they might be underrated at the point where people are building their lineups, because I know a lot of other projection sources aren't going to be updated immediately. It takes a little bit of work to kind of do the pitching change. So I think, yeah, you can give all those guys a bump, and you're going to be in a good spot.
Wow, boy, John Lamb really looks awful. Like, like I have my thing graded. I mentioned this before on the live stream, but our tech guy Eddie, our CTO, made a sheet for me, and I now have like everything kind of color graded. And John Lamb is just everything is red, so he looks to me like the worst pitcher on the slate. That's exciting. It's exciting to have him in the mix.
Yeah, he's 4,500. Not grading out super well for me. Once the line readjusts to Lamb, I'll have a little bit more information, but I've got him at like 13 fantasy points, and that's probably a bit too high. It'll probably tumble to somewhere in like the 10 or 11 range, and he's like rostering Austin Bibbins-Dirks yesterday, basically.
Which wasn't a bad play. I think Bibbins-Dirks was the winning tournament pitcher, so that, that's something.
That is something. Talk about him.
Hey, you know what? A better pitcher would have been Felix Hernandez if you could have gotten there. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I talked about Skaggs today in the quick hits, and apparently he died now. So, whoopsie daisy.
Alex, who else do you feel like? Is there like a one-off bat do you feel like might be overlooked? I think there might be some people looking for kind of unique constructions given the weird pricing. Is there anybody who stood out to you as being maybe a great play while the rest of the team isn't?
I don't. I'm not as big on that because I think with the one-offs, you kind of the good plays are owned pretty heavily, and it's kind of tricky to get a low-owned one-off that's going to be in a good spot. So I typically kind of just get whoever is going to like fit in salary-wise as like the best value, or I usually just let a fantasy cruncher pick them out.
No Jose Fernandez in the Angels lineup, where people are dropping like flies that we're projecting the ownership today.
Wow.
Well, yeah, they really don't make it easy on us on this last live stream we're doing this week. Alex, let's see what's a good question to ask you right now. Who do you feel like out of the popular stacks are the one that you think is going to underperform? You obviously broke down the percentages of them, but which in your gut do you feel like is going to be a little overowned for their actual probability of success?
I think, one of them is Milwaukee. There's just like a price discrepancy on the site, so I recommend them on DraftKings, but on FanDuel, I think they're going to be quite a bit more owned, like 50% more. So that's one I'll be targeting more on DraftKings and less on FanDuel. On DraftKings, I had the Angels as being able to overown, but maybe actually no, it's the other team that is going against them. So I think the Angels, I have them at 11% ownership on DraftKings. I think that is a little bit too high. So especially with the news that Toronto is getting a big boost, they're going to be even lower on my rankings.
That makes sense. You were obviously out at this Fantasy Sports Trade Association convention thing with a lot of other the big brains in fantasy sports. Was there anything that you picked up there that was interesting? Any sort of stories or that you want to share with the folks?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a great time meeting everyone. I kind of met all the guys from the different sites, both fantasy sports operators and also the content media sites. And one of the pieces of information that I gleaned is that there's a big push to bring college football fantasy back. It wasn't directly said, but it was very heavily implied, and people were also like kind of saying that the legalization of sports betting in different states could affect that happening too. I think they're more concerned about like being excluded from sports betting because the players are easily influenced by money. But as far as like fantasy sports, it's not as big a concern, I think. So I think right now college football is only disallowed by a few states in legislation. So I think we might see it come back for the rest of the states, which is good news for everyone else, because I am not very great at college football, but I'm still going to be getting in my money.
I've actually never played college football fantasy, and I don't really know anything about it. So like I just feel like it's probably a completely different game because you have those like mid-major teams that are just throwing for 700 yards and the Texas Techs of the world. That's interesting. So that's a little tidbit there if you guys are college football fans. College baseball. I don't think college baseball.
I used to play in a season-long league. It's annoying.
Well, the crazy thing about the college football for DFS is they have like 60 different games every weekend. So it's like they'll pick like the best 30 of them for the slates. That's a lot of players you got to research. So
yeah.
If it does come back big, maybe we'll have it on the site to kind of help everyone out and make that process a little bit easier.
There you go. Who was the coolest DFS person that you met there? Like anybody interesting that you were, I don't know, that either the fans would like or that you were personally blown away by?
I was definitely impressed by the DraftKings guys there. I met the director of content. Sounds like they're going to be really making some big moves in that area coming up soon. So it sounds like they have a lot kind of in the app world kind of planned out. I don't want to say specifically what it was, but I think it's going to definitely be really interesting. Like I think they're going to be kind of pushing a lot more content than they are now, so that'll be really cool.
How are you going to not mention Jake Hari, the best person at the conference?
Well, I felt I already knew him because we talked online, but yeah, I mean, Jake is a great guy. He stopped by on Tuesday, and we had some beers and stuff. That was pretty awesome to meet in person.
It's rare to spend that much quality time with a baseball savant. Just two big brains of baseball going head-to-head. Obviously, Jake has accomplished so much more with all his data analysis for MLB.com.
After talking baseball with him for like 10 minutes, I just couldn't take it anymore. He's just blowing me away too much.
Like, save it for the live stream, Jake. Save it for the night shift. We'll let Alex go because Alex has to go tend to this pressing Lamb news, and I'm sure adjust the lineup so you can take people's money tonight. But make sure to follow Alex at OsmoDFS. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram now too. So go follow him there. And Alex, any final things this week?
Oh yeah, thanks guys for watching, and check our rankings in like 10 minutes. I'm gonna update everything, and you can see how these Toronto guys are great at.
All right, thanks, Alex.
All right, thanks. See ya.
All right. So again, make sure to go check out what the updates that Alex is going to have to provide before he does his own lineups on our rankings. If you're a premium member of Osmo.com, you get all the rankings, all the A through E grades for who's good, who's bad, and also all the ownership projections. So you can see how this is going to affect the Toronto ownership, the Angels ownership, the John Lamb aficionados of the world. Will they line up and be striving to get him in now that they have this great opportunity in front of them? So this John Lamb, he looks like real dog shit.
Yeah, he's not anything special.
Where
kind
I guess
a bummer because I really liked Skaggs.
I actually didn't like Skaggs that much and had him in a couple lineups, so I'm pretty okay with this outcome. The thing that sucks is like I would love to have more Blue Jays, and I will not because you're doing this shit.
I'm trying to wait out at least one other lineup before I run another crunch. So
yeah, the Blue Jays lineup isn't out yet, right? No, not confirmed.
No.
That'd be helpful.
I don't have a ton of interest in the Jays.
Lamb looks so bad. Like Lamb. Okay, so for my numbers, which are the 2017-2018 sample size, Lamb 1.59 WHIP, 4.65 xFIP, gives up 35% hard contact, which would put him the third worst at that on the slate. Not that the Blue Jays are anything to worry about, but they've upset a couple of better pitchers this week. So I think them getting John Lamb might be an interesting spot for them.
Yeah, I mean, look, they look better than they did, I don't know, a minute ago, but I bumped up their, no line is out yet that I can find. I've bumped up the line, I've dropped the Angels, I've cut into Lamb a little bit. I've got Lamb with Harvey and Sanchez as like the worst options of the slate. And now that I bumped that line up a little bit to the Jays, I think they're going to grade out pretty well. Probably a top 4 stack for me.
Yep, I agree. Guys in the chat, if you're going back and forth and being assholes, please don't do that, or we will mute you or ban you or something. Like, you don't have to talk shit to each other. It's a communal positive vibe, unless we have to dress somebody down for being an idiot. But besides that, it's a communal positive vibe. So don't do that. Can Matt Harvey have a Bartolo pop-up type performance tonight? Can he capture the Felix Hernandez magic? Josh, what do you think?
Sure, but I think he's like the least likely person to do it.
I would agree. I think like there are some signifiers you can find for some of these guys. Like for Felix, to me, it was that he wasn't giving up a ton of hard contact. His walks and hits per inning pitched weren't terrible. And I think that's sort of what I look for to find these guys who are you can maybe farm and hopefully mine some gold. Matt Harvey is none of that. Matt Harvey is one of the worst pitchers on the slate, according to pretty much every metric that you can look at. 1.53 walks and hits per innings pitched. His xFIP's 4.7. His K per 9 is the lowest on the slate, 6.87. Gives up a 34% hard contact, not missing bats. Second worst at that on the slate, or actually third worst. So yeah, now that John Lamb is a part of it. Yeah, I don't see it for Matt Harvey in any way tonight. It just doesn't make sense to me, unless maybe the weather kind of chops things up and they have a performance like the Nationals did yesterday. That's maybe the one outcome I could see. That's like the Drederick Tatum has a heart defect thing in The Simpsons. I don't know. Let's see. Godley or Suter? Which would you go with?
Suter.
It's Godley for me. It's Godley for me. Oh, please don't make it the Paul Blackburn of the night. It should clearly be the Felix Hernandez of the night. Or the Trevor Williams of the night. I don't want him to be the bad guy. But it is Aaron Sanchez. It is Aaron Sanchez. Best cheap first baseman, 3,400 and under.
Which site?
I don't know.
See? I'm not going to answer it. People need to learn their lessons.
Yeah.
Are they ever going to release these damn lineups? Jesus, I just want to focus on the draft.
That's right. It is the NBA draft night as well. Remy Rosario, what are you talking about? We've talked about the Skaggs thing for the last fucking 15 minutes.
It's already over.
What?
We talked about it as it happened. Where were you?
It's just like, and the guy's been in the chat because he's like, he mentioned Skaggs, and then we talked about Skaggs for the next 10 minutes, and also went over how bad John Lamb looks. We covered, and also the Blue Jays. We covered every possible aspect of it. Pay attention before you drop things in the
Lamb
chat.
sucks. We like the Blue Jays more. I think we nailed it.
Yeah, I think our analysis was spot on. Max plus Godley with Yachty. So we're not doing lineup review. That's a full lineup. Sorry.
Nope.
It's not happening. Scott McMillan is now trolling us. No, we will talk about the Skaggs news probably in another 5 or 10 minutes because that tends to be how this works best. Usually not 1 minute after we talk about things. We don't just keep talking about them. It's just how this runs. Oh boy.
So you thought you were the only person in the chat that was like, "Wow, I can't believe I'm the only one that thinks about this Skaggs news."
What an angle to have, like that I'm the only one who knows about Tyler Skaggs being ruled out. Now I can capitalize.
You probably ran around town like fucking Charlie Bucket getting that ticket. Skaggs is out. Oh, maybe Grandpa can go with me to the game.
I like that analogy a lot. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, the Blue Jays lineup is out, which I'm now going to paste in so I can make one for myself.
Yeah, that'll help.
Scott McMillan, please don't troll too much. Otherwise, you're going to make my brain bleed. Thoughts on Kyle Hendricks tonight as a pivot off the chalk pitchers? On FanDuel in particular for Brandon T.
Okay, I was going to say, on DK, you ain't pivoting shit. Hendricks on FanDuel, like, you can make a case for, like, Scherzer, Bumgarner, and then anybody else, and I'm willing to, like, hear an argument for it. Hendricks is fine, but I see no difference between Hendricks, Ross, Cool, Carmart, Godley. Like, they're all the same person tonight. It's either Scherzer or Bumgarner, or you got really lucky.
I don't like you calling him Carmart. I don't know that. I feel like that's like a superstore of some sort. But I like this Carmart. I think he looks okay. Brewers strike out a fair amount. I think that he can get some Ks there. He does miss bats at an okay clip. I think if I were going to go and try to make a play that's maybe a little off the beaten path, I would go there. But I do like Hendricks too, though. I moved off that game because of the weather, and I know that whatever the rhyming name for that Kevin Roth is, I know that he's saying that it's an okay game. I'm a little worried about that. Weather's in my head this week. It's too much weather issues. Too many, rather.
In my head, zombie, zombie. I almost sang Lamb Chop's play along or whatever before when Lamb got announced, but I didn't want to talk over Alex for singing.
That's fair. You were a professional in that moment. So looking at the Blue Jays lineup now, if you want to stack Blue Jays, I think the 1 through 5 looks the most interesting. Teoscar Hernandez, Justin Smoke, Solarte, Morales, Pilar, or PR, depending on, I guess, how Spanish he is. I think the best parts of that are Smoke and Morales, but I think they're both first basemen. I'm actually not sure about that on DK.
What are you saying?
Yeah, that's. Is Morales a first baseman on DK? I forgot.
Yes.
Okay, so that sucks because I like both those guys the most on that side.
Just go ahead and like Morales more than Smoke, and you'll be fine.
You think so? I think Smoke looks much better. Like better, not much better.
Morales is a much better hitter against lefties than Smoke is.
So Smoke on base 400, 192 isolated
For the
power.
record, I like Smoke as well.
Morales on base 360, slightly more isolated power 200. Yeah, it's splitting hairs, I guess, but I like Smoke
if you're
a little
flipping
more.
that coin, save the $500. If you can't use it, then bring it back if you want. But
Yeah, that's fair. I do think people might flock a little too much to like a Blue Jays full stack. I think it might be a prudent move to maybe go with them as your partial stack. Because the Blue Jays aren't that great. So they still aren't, like John Lamb's bad. The Blue Jays also not great.
This is wacky.
How are we feeling for dongs? What do we got for our home run picks tonight? I was right again last
time. I don't want to talk about it. I try not to bring it up when it's not me.
Mine was a great success last night, as Mike Moustakas did not get it off Bibbins Dirks, I believe, but did get one before the end of the game. So I'm rolling now. I've got a couple guys in last week. I'm feeling it. Blue Jays will be chalk. You guys are hyping them. I don't think the Blue Jays are going to be chalk.
Why would I not hype them?
You also didn't really hype them. I hyped them more than you did.
Why does chalk mean you can't talk about it?
I don't know. People have wacky thoughts about everything.
It's fucking baseball. It's not like I'm telling you to take the 80% owned like dude that's playing shooting guard for the Bulls tonight because he's gonna get 35 minutes. It's baseball. Chalk is different.
You show him. I like when you browbeat him like that.
Well, like oh, they're gonna be owned 18% of the time. Holy shit! How are you gonna get away from that, Chalk? Unbelievable. What would you prefer we talk about?
Oh, Kev T is getting mad at you. Hey, Kev T, I appreciate that. I am cool, but so is Josh. Josh is a sweet boy. He's a chubster. You gotta love the chubster.
I feel like he's got to be on a bit of a delay, so I feel like I said something even before that.
I don't know. People are whatever. People are gonna say what they say.
I guess don't play the Blue Jays because other people will play them. Is that how to do this?
As our numbers get up, we're only going to get more people who are going to be mean to us and just say things that don't make sense. I think we have to make peace with that. We're having good growth numbers, so we'll just be happy. And Josh will be the mean guy. I'll be the cool stepdad who's like, yeah, smoke in the house, man. It's whatever. As long as you're doing it around us, it's fine.
You want to see us pick them? I show you everything I'm doing. This is my screen. These are literally my ownerships. I'm telling you exactly.
I'm putting Justin Smoke into the rally cap as we speak. I had one entry I didn't do, so I'm also going to put Blue Jays in, but not a ton. I don't need to put a ton in. I also can't put a ton in because I'm talking to you idiots. Avila or Maldonado for a cash game on DK. Avila for me.
Yeah, probably Avila.
Oh, we didn't actually do the home run picks. My home run pick is Teoscar Hernandez now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm having an issue with Cruncher, so it's annoying me. You've got Teoscar. Yeah, he grades out really well.
Thank you. That's a pivot. That's one I wouldn't have made before this, but I'm going right at you, John Lamb. I'm coming for that ass. I'm going to make you lamb
Kendry Morales.
Okay. I don't like when we do this because it never works out in my favor. But
I know, that's why I did it.
God damn it. Kendry, so if you're blocking in a play right now, it's Kendry Morales. Kendry Morales is definitely going to hit a home run tonight, and Josh is gonna catch up a little bit. God damn it. Good play though. Good play. Suter, Gaussman, or Cool for an SP2 on DK?
I mean, my answer is technically Cool because I'll have, I think, more of him, but I consider them all to be like coin flips. I'd play 3 different lineups.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Sorry to Pete, but any thoughts on contrarian stacks tonight? I don't even know what's contrarian anymore, to be honest. Our ownership projections are being updated right now. I guess, Josh, based on this news, what do you think is a good contrarian stack?
Cardinals? They've got lower, like, I'm pretty heavy on them, and they're a bit lower in what we had posted. That's the only team that I'm, like, way over the field on that we had relatively low ownership. So before that news came out, we had the Cardinals 9th in expected ownership, and I have a lot more than that. So that's really the only way that I can answer that.
I actually had Cardinals pretty much all day today. I think Jose Martinez might have been my home run pick before I went to Teoscar. Jose Martinez is pretty expensive, but even that bottom half of the order, like the Jerko, Bader, Yairo Munoz, I think, like, those guys are pretty cheap and make some good things work. So I actually have them as like a partial sack a fair amount. And then the rest of the order too looks good. Ozuna, Martinez, a little less than on Carpenter.
Yes, the Blue Jays released their lineup, James.
Posey or Contreras for a DK GPP?
Let's see. Posey or Contreras? I have way more Contreras at similar ownership.
I would go with Posey because I did come off of the Chicago game a little bit due to the weather, and that's just what I'm actually playing. I think Contreras is a slightly better play. Yeah, no. Now the game is in green. God damn it. I'm not going to have enough Cubs tonight. Whatever. It's probably Contreras, I guess, but yeah, whatever. I don't mind. I like Posey and I actually like the Giants stack a lot, so I would say it like that. Yachty and Sogard or Pena and Diaz? Boy, we are scraping there.
I can't think of that. Those are like Molina, Yachty Molina, Manny Pena, and Almeides Diaz. I can't. I pass.
Can we start doing pass? I actually would like that a lot.
Yeah, I'll do whatever. I mean, it's not. I can't play them both. More often than not, the answer is just play both of those things.
Somebody's looking for first baseman 3K and under on FanDuel.
Jesus.
That seems like there's not a lot of options there, would be my guess.
Well, minimum salary is $2,000 on FanDuel, so.
Okay, got it.
There's still not a lot of options, but under 3.
Yep.
Okay, I need catcher as well. Wilson Contreras under 3, 3K and. Okay, so Wilson Contreras is 3K. So Wilson Contreras or Kendry Morales.
Wilson Contreras' first base eligibility? I didn't know that.
No, every catcher gets played at first or utility on FanDuel.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's no catcher on FanDuel.
Right. I did know that, but I didn't know that. Yeah, I just assumed that you could only play catchers at like utility or something.
It's catcher slash first.
Padres lineup is out, I guess. Oh, there we go. Any surprises in that Padres lineup that make you? I guess Will Myers is back, so that's different.
I don't even know what it was before. I don't really pay attention to it.
I think it was Jankowski leading off before. I'm actually not sure, but that's what I had.
Trade secret of mine, but I actually never notice who's in the lineup or who's even playing.
Oh. I do, guys. So I'm paying attention to that because I have to update my stupid Excel every time.
Like I did the work 2 months ago so that I don't have to pay attention to the minutia. Just trust that my back process has covered the fact that I know that information.
I did the work 2 months ago.
So I just mean like I kind of paid attention on a different day.
Would you go Joe Panic or Jed Jerko in a DK cash game?
Jerko.
Probably Jerko for me too. I'm a big Jerko guy. He also sounds like he might be an Animaniac. So
yeah, I'm gonna do that after I get off this stream.
You can't. During the NBA draft, you just like the suits.
Yeah. Once Bagley comes out. Oh, go Duke. Splat.
You know, I have to say this Padres lineup looks a little more intimidating for Baumgartner than what I had. I actually don't mind the middle of the order.
I still got Matty Bum Bum's 29% top 2 on DK, so I'm a ride or die.
Let's see. So for me, if you were going to go against Bumgarner and you think he's not healthy, you think his butt smells or whatever reasons you would go against him, Bumgarner, I think, matches up pretty poorly against Renfroe, Villanueva, and Perella in particular. I don't mind Will Myers either. You could make a full stack of this. But of those three, Renfroe, Villanueva, Perella would be the ones that I would target there. Actually, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good lineup. Suter or Cool on DK? I feel like we've had this question multiple times, but
both.
Fuck it. It would be Suter for me. It's both. Javi Baez and Cole Calhoun, or Ian Happ and Joe Panic on DK?
Baez and Calhoun. That's probably not a popular opinion.
Yeah, I go Happ and Panic. If Panic is hitting leadoff like this currently projected, I think that's a pretty decent spot. I actually don't like Panic that much. But
Baez is hitting third, so yeah, now I definitely like my answer.
I'm glad you like your own answer. I was concerned about that.
Well, oddly enough, I remembered him hitting like at the bottom of the order from this morning after my little soliloquy on how I don't fucking pay attention to that shit. He was like the one guy I knew was not scheduled to pay. See, that's why I don't remember that stuff, because in one, like, it doesn't, I didn't need it, because ultimately it didn't matter. Much like life.
Fair enough. Makad is making that is the troll joke. Yes, I understand, Makad. I get jokes. Best third base play tonight.
Which site?
Every site.
I don't know if I'm from now on I'm gonna be mad at you for asking. There's the Giants lineup. As soon as I fucking put my DK stuff in there.
Yeah, you know what? You can get mad at me, I guess, but I also don't like. I would still just make a pick, and then Jake and I usually do just make picks because we're not as agnostic, or we're more agnostic rather. Oh, Alan Hansen's getting first. Joe Panic down the order. Oh, that changes fucking everything. Ugh, stupid baseball, man. Ugh. Well, anyway, the Giants lineup changed a lot from the projected lineup, if that's what you're using. For you guys in the chat, Hansen's hitting leadoff. Posey's in the 2-hole, whatever. Fucking bullshit.
They should call it the poo hole.
Why? Why would they do that? I guess that could be an old school. Yeah, but, it's an elegant sport that people like old white men love so much they would never allow that.
Oh, so elegant. I'm going to put 25 pounds of chew in my cheek, but we'll be fine.
Fair. Tough, but fair. Let's see.
Didn't integrate the sport for the first 55 years that it was played, but elegance.
Maybe that's what made it elegant. I don't know. Like, I don't know what baseball people think in their minds. I'm not a baseball guy. I'm learning as we go. Oh man, Alan Hansen still looks like dog shit though. Even if he's hitting lead off, I don't like him that much. Myers makes the lineup a little better, but obviously it's still awful. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of feeling the Padres now. Is Panda starting? Yes, Pablo Sandoval is in fact starting.
Panda. That's not the guy that died, right?
No, that is XXX Tentacion, who did not do that song. That is a designer with 2 eyes.
I was trying to make a bad rap name joke.
You were close. You were feeling it.
I knew it was a designer. I love that song.
Best $2,900 batter for utility on FanDuel.
See, that one didn't need the FanDuel part because there's not a utility on DK. That's redundant. It's a redundant question. I don't appreciate it. 2,900.
Oh man. Oh, what if Bumgarner sucks?
Oh my god, there's so many guys at 2,900. Jesus. Fucking. Who's the best guy out of these 44 options that I have? Jason Hayward will be the chalkiest option. If you're looking for someone that's not particularly chalky, take a closer look at potentially Alan Hansen or I'm running out of guys that aren't going to be chalky. I don't know, other people. Hayward, Morales, Ian Happ, Addison Russell, Valbuena, Alex Avila, Hansen. All those guys. Perfect. Mark Reynolds. There's 44 guys there. I can't just pick one.
Which would you give the just magnifique, like that kind of like the food gesture to if you were to play them in your lineup?
I mean, I have 30% of Hayward and 30% of Addison Russell, but so does everybody else. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't understand chalk any longer.
Just like Mama used to make, a little Jason Hayward.
Yeah.
Alex Avila is crap. What the F? Alex Avila actually gets on base a fair amount. Let's see. I'll pull up the numbers for you, Sushane, since you're a doubter, and we try to convert doubters here on this stream. We're like Lutherans. Just leave pamphlets of information everywhere. Can't scroll up for some reason. Never mind, Sushane. It's not working for me.
Did you just call her two chains?
Sushane.
2 chains. Whoa,
Why is that?
that's way too much John Lamb. Yep. Holy balls.
I can't select my Excel. There we go. Now we're rolling. Let's see. So Avila on base percentage 360, BABIP 360, isolated power 175, hard contact 54% hard contact. Probably a limited sample size, but dude can rake a little bit, and I do think Chad Kuhl is a garbage person.
You don't think he's very cool?
I do not. I'm not a cool girl.
Chad Kuhl's warm tonight.
Dan Firmer, should you go Pilar or Grichuk? I would go Pilar.
I would agree.
How do you feel about Kettle Marte on DK? How do you feel about the Diamondbacks in general? Because I actually have a fair amount of those guys tonight.
Not a big fan. Don't have a ton of Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I don't mind the Diamondbacks. I think that it's also because I don't believe in Chad Kuhl. I don't believe in his ability to get strikeouts. But I think, they are. I say this a fair amount, but they're one of the teams who I feel like I would either play Chad Kuhl or I would try to stack against Chad Kuhl, or at least in a couple lineups. And I think I'm more on the stack against Chad Kuhl side for the Diamondbacks. They can rake a little. I gotta get Skaggs out of my lineups. I put some Skaggs in just because of you, because you had him in your quick hits. Now I gotta get him out.
Look, man, I'm not happy about it either. He graded out really well. I don't like it.
I didn't like him that much. I was all over Bumgarner all day, but now I feel like Bumgarner, I don't know. The Padres got me spooked a little off Bumgarner, to be honest. I'm gonna have him, but I don't like the way that looked.
30% Matty Bum Bums. I'm going hard in the paint.
Yeah,
Did you and I talk about Madison Bumgarner's history, or was that me and Jake?
I think it was you and Jake.
Do you know that he once dated someone named Madison Bumgarner?
I actually did know that.
That's the most
And she was
ridiculous
pretty
thing I've
hot.
ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, the odds of that are pretty low, but that does sound like a good hot girl name.
It sounds a lot better than a baseball pitcher.
True.
I would assume
agree.
that's a hot chick. Well, I would assume it's a woman first.
Would you go Trout or Harper for the wealthy out there who are picking a one off, I guess?
I would play. I mean, they're $700 apart on DK and $1,200 apart on FanDuel. I don't. What do you do with the savings?
Buy some blow.
Yeah, that's a question that I don't like to answer.
Okay. I would go. I would like Trout more. I mean, if you're spending that much money, I would say Trout's a safer guy. I think Harper's had some issues lately, but
I mean, I have Trout projected slightly higher, but he's also more expensive, so they're relative equals. If it's FanDuel, the answer is Harper.
Sean Evans wants to know, how about some Pirate lefties to go with the Cubs stack?
Pirate lefties to go with the Cubs? Oh, I see what we're doing here. Let me hop to it quick.
Yeah,
God damn, that's way too many Blue Jays. Yeah, I'm smashing the Blue Jays right now in a way that I'm not comfortable with, but I have 8 minutes to like hash it out, so. And I haven't even done FanDuel yet. I'm dramatically behind right now. To the point where I don't think I'm going to get my lineups in.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I mean, like I'm trying to.
Let's do it. And the draft starts in 3 minutes, and I'm not ready. And I wanted to have that just on my screen, and now not happening.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring my iPad over, so I just had something to reference for the draft when that came up. But yeah, no, I don't have that up either. I'm just getting out Skaggs. Sushane threw good. Sushane now does a perfectly acceptable amount of Alex Avila to have. 2 lineups is a good taste of him. I think he's got some pop, and I also just don't like Chad Kuhl. That's me, though. Not a cool girl. I will say that a million times. I fucking hate Chad Kuhl. Trusted him too many times.
Love Chad Kuhl tonight. Best option on the board.
He is in full Carrie Underwood mode for me, where I'll never look his way again. I will stomp out of the room and defiantly flip my hair. Gurriel or Diaz to finish the Jays stack?
Gurriel.
I would also go Gurriel. Suter or Sanchez for a DK single entry GPP? Sanchez for me.
Suter. Not close.
Ooh, all right. I like Sanchez McCott. So you take that to the money bank. Josh, what's your percent?
Yeah, I got it. 20.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride that shit to the bank, yo. And I got 6 minutes to get this FanDuel shit in, so let's skedaddle. MLB.
Yeah, we're both just editing some lineups now. I don't even know. Like, if I don't get Skaggs out of these lineups now, I feel like everything's gonna be fucked when I try to deal it when we get off the air.
This feels like a basketball day.
It does. There's a lot of late breaking shit, which would have been helpful to have significantly more notice on. All right.
Or AK in FanDuel. Let's boogie. We got 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, guys, you got 5.5 minutes left if you are frantically editing lineups like the Chubster is right now, or I am. Yeah, you got 5 minutes, so figure your shit out. Just tuned in. What's up with Skaggs? Skaggs got scratched, and John Lamb is playing, and John Lamb looks like one of the worst pitchers on the slate to me.
I keep picturing like Jeremy Lamb.
Yeah, or Jake Lamb. There's a lot of Lambs out there. A lot of successful, powerful Lambs.
Well, I always liked Lamb when he was getting those spot starts. If like MKG was out or something, he always graded out really well. So.
Oh yeah, or Batum was out. I feel like that was also a nice little.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Actually, I might write up something for the draft just because like I have nothing to write right now until football season.
I have big news, sort of. That's not really that interesting, but I'm going to share it anyway.
Sure.
My personal YouTube channel finally was monetized today. It went into monetization in mid-November. It took like 8 months. They had originally told me that it would be done by November.
Wow. Yeah, so, YouTube not the most efficient.
No, for a company that prides themselves on a recommendation algorithm, you would think they'd be able to test whether or not a channel should be monetized or not with some generic algorithm.
Maybe they just didn't like you. They don't like your content.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. Too many fucking 8-year-old kids making squishy slime videos to monetize. Fucking children these days. I
mean, and white nationalists as well. Maybe if you had more white nationalism on your show, it would have gone better.
Look, man, I tried to. Tom told me I can't.
Oh, man. Scherzer is just impossible to stack anything with. Like, fucking hate it. Like, I'm putting him with the Padres and Giants, and I thought maybe that would get there, and nope, can't get there.
All right, 181 lineups. Get uploaded, first and foremost.
It's just bullshit.
Oh, man, I love this. And then we gotta transition to the draft in 3 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna hang on for a little bit, guys. Talk NBA, talk some draft. Like, at least like maybe the first whatever, however we feel. I guess we'll see what the
until we realize that we don't need to be on any longer. Like if there's 8 of you in the chat or something, we're gonna get the fuck out.
Yeah. We're just gonna basically be talking about the NBA for ourselves. That's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, if you want to hang out, that's fine. But this is basically just a public Skype call between myself and Chris.
But yeah, we'll be hanging out for the draft. So if you're a regular, fuck it, hang out. We'll do that. Suitor over Cool as well. Yeah, Josh, Suitor over Cool, or would you go Cool?
How many times are we going to answer this question?
It's from a con.
I prefer Cool, but I think they should both be owned pretty sizably for where they are.
And I think Josh is a fucking fraud.
That's fair. Can't fault you for that opinion.
I don't even know at this point. It's like having to change this while we're on the air. Like, I don't even know what comes out of my mouth half the time. It's just something to fill the air.
I've got lineups in with 3 minutes to spare. What channel's the draft on? ESPN?
Yeah, I presume so. With Reese Davis
sucks.
and co.
Streaming ESPN blows.
Yeah, I'll probably grab my iPad at some point when we finish locking here. I got I just can't finish this lineup. Like everything is so slow whenever we stream. It's the worst. Paul Goldschmidt, I want you in my lineup for this one.
All right. Watch the draft. Yes.
Come on.
I hope the Suns take Doncic.
That would really fuck up everything.
I'm all for fucking it up.
I think that's fair. I still think it's got to be Ayton. I defended this point yesterday under great scrutiny from people in the chat and from Josh. But I think Ayton's the unique best player on this board.
Makad, as much as I would like to do hot sauce reviews, I don't think the 20 people that'll watch that video really care that much about me eating a fucking chicken taco with a particular hot sauce on it. So I doubt that I'll do that one. Unless I'm going to butt chug a hot sauce or something. I don't think YouTube's interested.
I would like to see you butt chug a hot sauce.
I would not. I made some hot sauce 2 days ago. Pretty good shit.
Good for you. Good for you making things. I don't cook.
It's very good. Bright orange, lots of habanero, lots of carrot flavor. It's good.
Come on, get in there. Perella. I'm so close to a really nice little Padres Diamondback stack with John Lamb. I don't know if I'm going to get it in on time.
I hate my FanDuel pitching options, but whatever.
All right, I'm playing one John Lamb with Scherzer. If this goes through even, because now it might be after the deadline. I'm going to be really upset because this one I liked a lot. Just so you guys know what it is, and you can compare it when I don't win the tournament and this doesn't accept. Scherzer, Lamb, Avila, Goldschmidt, Descalso. Fuck, cannot change it. Villanueva, Perella.
You went Lamb after dogging this dude for 20 minutes?
Yeah, because you know what? I wanted to play that, what if he's good? What if he's good? But now I can't. So now I have no clue what I have in there. Probably still have Skaggs. Fucking All right. Well, we're live. We're live. I have to get Skags out on my phone because this fucking laptop shit is too slow. Where are you at, Skags? Yeah, so we're going to be talking NBA draft once that starts popping off. So, hey, stick with us. Stick with us while I try to do this on my phone.
The worst part of this is going to be when people tell us the picks like 10 seconds before it, like the entire chat is Woj.
I hate when Woj does. I actually don't look at Twitter sometimes because of that, because it upsets me so much.
You know they're blacked out for it, right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they're not doing it.
Oh, good. They shouldn't. It's fucking douchey.
It's not news. I hate when people put out information that will come out on purpose.
Yes, I agree. I think it's pretty crappy move by them.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those reporter dick measuring things too, where they just had to be like, "Oh yeah, like take a look, so you can see how smart I am. I know all the news." And it's like, come on.
To be fair, it made Woj millions of dollars, so I don't begrudge him that at all.
No, I agree. I think he did carve out a niche for it, but
yeah.
How long are y'all streaming for? We are going with the flow of the wind tonight. I actually am going to go get my iPad right now so I can put it on watching ESPN.
All right, everybody. Now that Chris is gone, we could all talk shit. Boy, does he suck. Oh, no. He can still hear us. It's not just a visual thing. Apologies. Take it all back. I'll scrub this video.
Damn you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Should I go make a cocktail?
You should.
Okay.
Treat yourself.
Okay. No, don't talk shit about me while I'm gone, because I'm going to go back and listen. I'm going to go get
I talk shit only to your face.
David Frank, the answer is yes.
David Frank, the answer is no, and why? Why even do that?
I just like that I answered it yes.
You have no idea. Like that was like a Barstool meme for a while because I wrote a blog about like how like gay jokes are pretty outdated, and then it became my shtick where I was like, I'm not gay. Like I also like whatever. We don't need to talk about that. I've done enough.
I'm gonna get a drink.
Just go. The point is that David Frank, you can go fuck yourself. That's where I'm at. Let's see.
Part of everything they have on the ESPN app. You can see every pick streaming live. And of course, we have reporters.
Is Josh gay? I would hope I think his wife would be slightly disappointed by that, but maybe not, because then you could have somebody to go shopping with. That might be nice. That might be a nice little switch for her. And I mean, Josh's wardrobe clearly, he could not possibly be any less gay. That is pure straight man attire. Well, we got white men talking on the screen on ESPN. A key part of any NBA draft. Let's see. Any thoughts on Lamb tonight? I think Lamb looks terrible, and Lamb looks like the worst play on the board. That said, if you want to play one of them and be contrarian and hope that maybe he has a big return to form or something, and I don't know, then go for it. Follow your heart.
All right, I'm here.
Oh, welcome back. They also asked if you were gay, so it's not just me.
Yeah, I'm married 4 years. Been with my wife for 9 years now. So
I speculated that she would be disappointed if you were gay, but then I thought about it, and she probably wouldn't be, because she'd be like, "Oh, this is like great. Like my husband dresses better now, and like does all this great stuff, and, like likes nice dinners."
I make nice dinners regardless.
But like not like Instagram, like you're not going like girly places. You're going to like you're making yourself a nice dinner, but you're not going to like trendy restaurants with her.
Oh, we go all the time. I'm just not one to take a picture of my food.
Take a picture of your food. If you're a proud gay man, take more photos of your food.
Right. Again, I'm not a proud gay man. Super straight, married to a woman, always been a woman.
But the buzz on the street is that now you're the gay one.
Makad, yes, Josh has a happy marriage. Marriage is dope.
I would say that Josh also has a happy marriage. That was the one I didn't field, but Josh seems very in love. This is cool. Josh is a grouch. I like that this is becoming a thing now. The tides are turning. You've been there for all these people for several different sports now, every single day for like 9 months, and now they know that I'm the cool parent.
Yeah, guys, look, there's a reason I'm taking a vacation starting whenever we sign off of this stream. Fucking burned out. People drive me crazy. I'm out of here. I'm not serious. I mean, I am going on vacation, but you don't drive me crazy. I love this more than I've loved anything other than my wife in my entire life.
Aw, that was sweet.
So I just felt like I needed to bring it back full circle. It's really quiet in my house right now. The wife took the dogs to my father-in-law's house for the next week.
Oh, so you're just all alone right now.
For like 20 more minutes or so.
Better get that jerko in.
No way, man. I'm about to spray that all over a bunch of hotels on the West Coast.
That also works. Oh, man, like, this Skaggs lineup now is just fucked. Like, ugh, I hate this.
Speaking of baseball, let's take a look at the schedule on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week to see if I'm going to be able to poke my head into anything interesting. Lots of early... Yeah, I won't do anything Saturday. That's the day of the wedding. Fuck that. Sunday... So that's 12, 11, 10. Maybe I'll say hi to everybody Sunday morning. No, that's not going to happen. That's the day after the wedding. Fuck that. All right, no day baseball. You're not going to see me for a couple days. So I'm going to do shit. I'll be way too drunk or baked to be doing anything at 4 o'clock on a Monday. Recreational marijuana is coming to my life tomorrow. It's a monstrous day for me. I've already went on weed maps. I figured out where I need to go. It's the only thing I've paid attention to for this entire trip.
You're good timing. I mean, San Francisco had it a little earlier, but now we're just finally getting along to LA having like actual recreational weed because they've been so slow with city ordinances and stuff like that.
And then up to Portland for a couple days where I understand it's going to be quite popular as well.
Oh, is that the buzz on the streets?
So I hear. I'm excited. I'm going to go to Pizza Schmizza or wherever the fuck they worked in that Real World Portland season.
That's a cool little tour stop. Not one that I would necessarily think of rolling with, but I like it. Why is that not? Ugh, what is going on?
I'm excited to eat really good ramen too.
Not a big ramen guy. I feel like it's one of those overrated things that people always like love taking photos of and mentioning that they're eating ramen.
I'm just a really big broth guy. Like, I like brothy soups. I don't have them enough. But I can go for a nice, hearty tonkatsu.
I like a good broth, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like ramen is not that unique to me where it's ever been a thing where I've been like, yeah, you know what, I need more ramen in my life. And I always see people posting so much ramen that I kind of just, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm tired of your shit, ramen. And then
Kenji Lopez, the dude from Serious Eats, he opened a restaurant in San Fran that we're going to go to, so kind of cool.
You got a big weekend of events planned ahead. How much gay sex, though?
I mean, infinite.
Okay. As long as it's infinite, that's all I cared about. Gotcha. Ugh, what am I doing? I guess Trout? Yeah. Fine. Getting one Trout one off in. Why not?
We used to stay in Japantown, I think. I don't believe that we are for this particular trip.
In LA, we have all these different little whatevers. Like, there's no Japantown. There's, like, Koreatown. And then there's, like, little Armenia, little Ethiopia, little whatever. A lot of little whatevers. And I don't get it.
Where's Westworld?
Westworld does not exist here. Actually, I don't know. Where is Westworld, do you think, on the globe?
I don't know. It looks like Arizona or New Mexico all the time, but who the hell knows? I would guess it's not that simple.
I would also assume it's probably not America. Like,
yeah, I would guess too. Although it makes it kind of interesting to me that everyone speaks English. But I guess that's just the mechanism of TV. That fucking show, man.
Yeah, it's been good this season. The last few episodes in particular really picked up.
I'm just between watching that and watching Rick and Morty and all of the like. I no longer give a shit about life.
Yeah, I agree. Life is overrated. Just watch things all day. Oh, can we update the stream title while we're on the air? Can we make it like NBA draft talk? Yeah. Banter. Maybe we'll pick up some random people who are like, I want to see two white guys talk about the NBA. I don't know why they yell it like that. Oh, Fucking A, man. Kettle Marte hit a home run.
Oh, yeah? He's a guy that I normally have a bunch of over the field, so let's see how that shook out. I've got 8% of him on DK.
Is
he a solo dong?
No, with Peralta scoring.
Okay. Because solo dongs don't usually matter.
Yeah, I liked that Diamondback stack a lot. You know who I didn't like the most out of those guys? Kettle Marte. Ugh. Balls. Whatever. I still have some of them, I guess. I did say that Arizona stack, though. What now? If Alex Avila goes yard now, I will feel really good. I'll feel pretty happy about that.
Alrighty, so we're going 8-1, Bagley 2. Does Doncic go to Atlanta?
If Bagley goes 2, yes. If Bagley doesn't go 2 for some reason, then I think Doncic falls.
Chad Cool getting tagged.
I told you, fucking Chad Cool sucks. And I don't plan a lot of.
I'm not surprised by this. Again, I have like 15% of 8 different guys. It's not like I hitched my wagon to it.
But I feel like this is just me. I'm airing it out now. But no, like whenever you like lump a bunch of guys in and go like, oh, they're all the same to you. I guess more because you're not like an optimizer level, so you're viewing it from the 30-mile. And I do all of my lineups by hand. I mean, I'm not doing 150. I'm doing like 20 to 30 a day. So for me, like I kind of build an attachment to the guys as I go, or I like really like fall off of a guy. And Chad Cool was just one of those dudes I saw in the beginning. Was like, nope, not doing it today. And I think like I would have rather taken a shot with Suter. I would have rather taken a shot, with Sanchez. I just fucking hate Chad Cool, man.
Okay.
I don't know why he brings it out of me. Chad Cool really gets
fuck.
my
Jason Hayward was 36% owned. We had him at 9% when I did that video this morning.
Cubs went up. I got mostly off the Cubs because of the weather stuff, but I probably will regret that.
4 times the percentage.
Avila's out. Boo. You know what? He'll be back. He'll get more shots. That's why you stack. That's why you stack Avila with all the other Diamondbacks. They're going to keep rolling if Chad Cool's staying in. Damn it, Avila. If that were an Avila home run, I would have been so excited.
I'll get to the goddamn picks. Does it not start till 7:30 proper? Nope, it doesn't.
That's good. We made a choice to stay on the air. I kind of thought it didn't, but I thought maybe you knew more than I did.
What can we do to pass the time?
All right, let's go pick by pick. Who would you go with? Who would you actually pick if you're the Suns?
I like this. Let me pull up like the ringer or something. I need a list of every. Actually, I'll go to Tankathon. That way, there's not a ton of like suggestion to it.
No bias.
Yeah. So let's go to big board. I don't know where they get their big board for. Actually, let's do a mock draft and let's just sim the lottery. So, wait, no. Now I need to know who's going. Okay, so I would take Doncic 1. We both know that already. We've had this conversation. I don't have a problem with Ayton. I just really, really like Luka Doncic and the things that he's been able to do in his life in basketball. I'll bet on the guy that has shown it on the court at a high level. I have no issues with Ayton going 1.
If I'm Sacramento, so let's say, okay, so I'm picking for Sacramento then. You took him. I would take Ayton, but I wouldn't feel as great about that. I mean, I would feel great about getting that player. It would bum me out a little bit because, like, I think Willie Cauley-Stein has some potential still. He just has to kind of figure out the right way to play.
Yeah,
but
Ayton is not the best fit for the Kings.
No, but I think you got to take him. He's still the best player. So I would take Ayton if I were the Kings.
I agree.
So who would you take at 3?
So if you're the Hawks, I mean, you need to swing for the fences, right?
Mm-hmm. Gotta be Bagley.
Oh, man, Bagley and Collins would be not good together. I don't think that fits. That's also not a reason you don't take someone because you have John Collins, but...
True.
Probably Jaren Jackson. I think that him and Collins could probably work okay together. So I would say Jaren Jackson for Atlanta. I don't think I don't think Bagley is a good fit for Atlanta.
All right. I would take the Bagman, but we're doing it this way, so Josh's pick is the one we're gonna hold to form. I like Bagley though. I think Bagley could play well. I actually worry. I mean, so the thing with the Hawks, if the Hawks take Doncic, like if he falls to 3, they have to change up everything. They have to get rid of Schroeder. I mean, Taurean Prince, I think, could work with Doncic, and I think is a viable piece to keep. I just like Bagley is kind of a perfect fit for them. Like they could use a Bagley type. Defensively inside, they're going to be terrible, but that team's got to run anyway, I think, to be effective. So I would go Bagley, but that's not how it shook out. So for the 4th pick, hold on, I don't have my 4th pick is the Grizzlies, right?
Yes.
So if I'm the Grizzlies, I would trade this first of all, because I just think that's the move for them. But we do have Marvin Bagley on the board, and he could play well with Gasol, I think, and he's pretty ready, I think, in terms of at least contributing statistically. So I'm okay with that. If I'm the Grizzlies, I would take Bagley, and probably be pretty stoked about that.
I don't mind Bagley to the Grizzlies in that scenario. Fits next to Gasol, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they could stretch the floor. Gasol can distribute well enough. Gasol can go inside. Bagley can go inside.
They need people that can score. I mean, it's like Dylan Brooks type clowns. So.
Or Marshawn. Marshawn, I think they re-signed for another year, and he was actually pretty viable. That team could be interesting with Bagley if he fell.
Why was he viable? Because he played 12 games for the hapless Grizzlies and looked okay?
He looked really good. He looked really good in a way like that he had learned from his games abroad. I don't know that he's still an every game starter, but I think he gets rotation minutes, and he should get rotation minutes.
Sure. All right, so 5 is Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Okay, so it can't be Trae Young. I am not the biggest Mo Bamba fan.
I'm not either, but at a certain point, he's just got to go.
I would rather have Wendell Carter than Mo Bamba.
Ooh. All right, so you're taking Wendell Carter with the 5 pick?
Yeah, I mean, I don't... Look, I can't begin to know enough about Michael Porter to, like, say something and feel like I'm confident about it. So
Michael Porter is Harrison Barnes and Rudy Gay and every other wing who's not aggressive and doesn't shoot enough, but I don't know, except he's, like, really arrogant. So he's got that going for him.
Like, I went to the Ringer. Mo Bamba is shades of Gobert, Jermaine O'Neal, Tyson Chandler. Wendell Carter is shades of Al Horford, Antonio McDyess, Mo Spates. I think that those 3 guys are better for the future of basketball than Gobert, Jermaine O'Neal, and Tyson Chandler.
I think if you're at the 5 spot and Mo Bamba falls to you, I mean, which he should, I think you have to take that pick just based on the athleticism and upside and 7'10" wingspan and 3-point range and all that stuff, and hope maybe you could turn it into something. I don't love it though. I don't love Bamba. I do not love Bamba, and I definitely don't love taking Wendell Carter above Mo Bamba.
I mean,
I think that's
if the Al Horford comps are legit, like I'd rather have Al Horford than Rudy Gobert.
Well, no.
Now, like, we can't talk about age, obviously. I mean, like, I would rather have Rudy Gobert because he's 9 years younger than Al Horford. So, like, ignore the fact that, like, one of them's obviously going to play way longer than the other starting today. But I would rather have the person that Al Horford is than the person that Rudy Gobert is in the league right now. If I had to pick between the two of them, I would want Al Horford.
The reason I don't see the Gobert comp as much is because, like, Bamba's crazy fast. Like, he had, I think, one of the fastest times outside of a guard, or actually, like, a comparably fast time for a point guard. I think it was, like, similar to Westbrook, his court-to-court speed. So I think that that's what's interesting to me with Bamba is that you're basically getting this freak athlete and hoping you can change him. But like I said yesterday, I still think Bamba is just big thon maker. Until he proves otherwise on the court, I don't see why you would. Let's see. So
younger than Bamba.
Yeah, I mean they're both young though. They are both young, so there is a chance. I know
that he's not. Bamba's 20, but
could be African 20. I don't know. I don't know enough about Mo Bamba's backstory. He's very smart though. I do like that. He's been pretty acquitted himself well in interviews. 6th slot for Orlando. I would take.
Oh yeah, you sound happy about it.
I'd probably take Michael Porter. Everybody hasn't taken Trae Young. Porter maybe duplicates some skill set with Aaron Gordon, but we don't know if Aaron Gordon's going to be there. I think he's a restricted free agent, maybe, so they could get rid of him if they wanted.
That's not the guy that I would want to get rid of out of everybody on that team.
That's one that they're rumored to switch off of, is that he might be the dude who gets squeezed out.
Oh, they're going to be so fucking bad if he is. Not that I think that he's good, but like if they don't bring him, like as a restricted free agent, it's not like they get anything back. He's just gone, and he's the only thing that has a pulse on that entire team outside of John Isaac, and he was a ghost last year.
Oh, Rasmus hit a home run. That sucks. Actually, I had Rasmus in one line. Actually, still might have him in one lineup, but I didn't play enough Rasmus.
It's a solo Baltimore home run. I don't have any Baltimore, and that home run won't matter worth shit.
I just thought I was looking for guys who I could pick as maybe like he gets one off Scherzer and he's more valuable. And he was like 2,600 or something. So I don't know. Interesting play.
You put Michael Porter on the Magic.
Yep.
I don't hate it. I think a Porter, Gordon, John Isaac front court could be interesting. They could obviously be pretty switchable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a lot of lottery tickets, but I would take that shot.
I would honestly get rid of Gordon and keep Vucevic. I like Vucevic a lot more than a lot of people do, because he stretches the floor, he gets rebounds, he is kind of a good stat, bad team guy.
He's just a guy. He's overworked. He doesn't need the kind of role that like the Magic need him to be. If he were the center on like the Blazers, I think that would be like a really nice spot for him. As like the third option behind Dame and CJ. Like I think that would fit his skill set significantly better.
Interesting. I like Vucevic a little more, and I think like him, Isaac, Porter stretching the floor. Then you have Fournier and whatever. I mean, they still need a point guard. That's the part that sucks. They cannot solve that. They cannot solve that one.
So Bulls at 7 then. I will take Mo Bamba at 7 for the Bulls.
Okay, that's a fair spot for him. That's an upgrade over Robin Lopez anyway.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Rolo's only got 1 year left. They could deal him to a contender or something. If somebody needs like a functional center, I'm fine with that. They certainly need a big guy that can play next to Markkanen. And he would be like the perfect fit big man for someone next to Markkanen.
Yeah, that could wreak havoc, that lineup. If the Bulls traded up and got Mo Bamba, I actually wouldn't even hate that move. Like that does make a lot of sense.
They don't have to trade up. He just fell to 7. Are you not paying attention?
Fair. Yeah, actually, I like that pick. I think that makes a lot of sense, and not a pick I've seen made a lot in the mock drafts. Going to the 8th spot for the Cavs. Who do we have left on the board now? Oh God, I still think for me it would be Colin Sexton either way. I like Colin Sexton a lot, and I think
Colin Sexton to the Cavs.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he's got some things that I find Wade like, which I have not seen people talk about him as that kind of player. And I think a lot of people have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going there instead. But I like Sexton a little more. He's a little more pro-ready to me, and I think the offense is a little there more than Shai is.
Too small. I'm not a Colin Sexton fan at all. 6'1"? Ugh.
He's short, but he's gritty. I mean, look, the height is an issue, and I do like tall guys, and I know the NBA guys do. But
so you're making that pick thinking, well, LeBron ain't playing here.
I'm making that pick thinking that if LeBron stays, Sexton is a better defender. He can kind of do some microwavy things that George Hill and Clarkson did, and the hope is that he grows into the best version of those two guys. But I don't think you're keeping LeBron. Yeah, I don't think you're keeping LeBron with any of these picks unless you want like maybe Bridges. But even that, like, why would LeBron care about Mikal Bridges?
So we're on to the Knicks then at 9.
Yep.
Word on the street is Kevin Knox.
Mm-hmm. He's a risky pick.
Not sure that's the direction I want to go.
I think for the Knicks, he makes a lot of sense. But hey, so you're the GM of the Knicks right now. You're reporting to James Dolan. don't want to. It's your head on the line.
Give me Miles Bridges. And I know I'm reaching.
What? Miles? Not even McHale.
I'd rather have Miles.
Huh. All right. I can live with it.
I don't like. By the time Bridges plays out his rookie contract, he'll be fucking 30 for the Knicks. I mean, not that Miles Bridges is significantly younger or anything. He's 20.3 and McHale is 21.8. But like, I want that extra year and a half. I think he was underutilized a little bit at Michigan State, and I think he fits better on the Knicks. And I'm kind of a fan.
Okay. Oh wait, so we still have Trae Young on the board. If I'm the Sixers, it's maybe a tough choice between McHale and Trae Young, but I'm going Trae Young. If he's there, like, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot that he does what they kind of hoped that Fultz would do.
Why can't Fultz just do that now?
Yeah,
you're out on Fultz?
I'm not out on Fultz, but I think he might need a fresh start. He needs somewhere where he has a runway to kind of take his lumps and get better. He's not going to get that in Philly, I don't think.
It would not shock me if Fultz came out and lit up the league next year.
On Philadelphia, though, or on another team? On another team, yes.
Why not on Philly?
He's not a great fit with Simmons.
We'll see. The dude's electric, man. I think you figure out a way to make it work. They're like the best team in the league at staggering minutes. If anybody can figure out how to rotate that around so that him and Simmons aren't on the floor at all together, or at least a minimal amount of time, take my chances, man. He can get to places on the floor and like people can't stop him. I'm buying all the Markelle Fultz stock that people are selling.
So I guess if, as the GM of the Sixers currently, I'm trading Markelle Fultz in a package for Kawhi Leonard, and I'm taking Trae Young.
Well, then that fucking Trae Young pick is going to the Spurs.
No, they don't want Trae Young.
Well, I mean, the 10 pick is out the door if you're trading Fultz.
They want Fultz, and they want Saric, and they want my next year's first. They're my next two firsts. But we're not taking this one.
Okay. They're not going to want the two Sixers first. Let's just be clear here.
They're okay with it. We talked.
They're not. Because they're going to be like the 28th pick in the draft or worse. Almost guaranteed.
Pop and I had
no value in a Sixers first rounder right now.
I'm a very effective Knicks GM, or Sixers GM rather, and Pop and I went to dinner. We talked about it. He's okay with the deal.
Okay.
We're keeping the 10th pick, and we're getting Kawhi.
Let's take a look at chat. Anything coming interesting on the chat?
No, they're just talking about. They were talking about moto blinders and how they got Rasmus right. Like woo woo. Guys, you make a lot of picks over the course of an hour. The Knicks can't be helped with 3 first-round picks. I think the Knicks aren't as far off as people think.
Far off of what?
Serviceability. Play an ace spot.
Sure. Okay, how can I hear the draft without you guys hearing the draft?
I'm playing the draft right now, but I don't think it's projecting onto there.
It's on my computer, though.
Adam Silver is a ghoulish-looking man. I like him as a commissioner, but...
Hey, chat, let me know if you can hear the draft once I do this.
Embodies the values that have long defined this
Where does Dwight Howard go? That's a good question. Who else in the league would even want Dwight Howard now is a bigger question.
Depends how many minutes he wants to play.
This year's draft class is made
He's burnt out his 2 home teams that could like him.
Can you hear the draft because of me?
I cannot now.
Okay, well that's good. That's a good
who can
start.
seemingly do anything on
Oh,
the floor.
they can all hear it. That's not the way to do it.
Maybe it's mine.
No, because I can't hear yours. They're definitely hearing my shit right now.
Oh, it's probably because I'm through Skype. Well, what a crazy little wrinkle. Dwight Howard to the Warriors. That's an interesting play. I don't think he wouldn't fit the culture there, though. He'd be farting on everyone there.
I don't think they'd bring him in. I don't think they'd want him. They don't need him. They don't need to bring in a guy that's a notorious asshole to win their 4th title in 5 years.
And you have to stock up so much candy all of a sudden.
So no bullshit. He would be great on the Sixers.
That is an interesting fit. Boy, he would get a boy. That would create a lot of possessions. That's an interesting pick. I wouldn't have thought of that.
You know, just like Embiid insurance. If you have Dwight soaking up every minute that Rashawn Holmes and Amir Johnson played last year, I'm in. It keeps both of those guys like limited until you can just wreak havoc. I mean, maybe 24 or maybe like 28 hard Embiid minutes and 20 Dwight Howard minutes in the playoffs is workable. Or maybe 15 for Dwight in the playoffs, but like you can balance that and keep Embiid pretty fresh. I mean, Embiid might freak out because he probably cost him stats and shit, but I think that's a reasonable stance.
It's a gigantic upgrade on Amir Johnson or even Rashawn Holmes. Like, yeah, I agree. That's an interesting pick.
I mean, honestly, Boston too, but I don't think that he would go there.
Boston would make a lot of sense. I think he still would want big money, though. Like, I think that's like
he's going to want. If he gets bought out, he's not going to need it. If they buy him out, then there's offset stuff. So like he'll take a lower salary unless he expects to get a multi-year deal, which he's fucking not getting.
Yeah, I don't know. Boston would make a lot of sense though. Like if he's Baines, I mean, he's not going to stretch the floor like Baines in the playoffs. But
yeah, I think they'd actually prefer Baines. I don't know. Danny Ainge will probably get one of those psychologist dudes to talk to Dwight. It'll never happen.
I would like Dwight. If I were a team who was close, like, yeah, the Spurs, I mean, I can't imagine Pop being a big fan of his antics, but...
Blazers I like.
Blazers is interesting. I think Nurkic can walk, right? Or is he restricted?
He's restricted, but I could see them not matching. Interesting.
I don't know. I'm actually curious to see where Dwight goes. Dwight was pretty effective last year. He did look rejuvenated, and they really just gave him away for shit. They gave him away for negative.
Was he effective? Remember, the Hornets didn't make the playoffs.
Okay, but that can't just fall on him.
I mean, the fucking team's good. Kemba's good. Nick Batum's good. Jeremy Lamb's good. MKG is ish good. Like,
did you say Jeremy Lamb's good? I don't know if Jeremy Lamb's good.
He's a rotation player. At the minimum.
He's not good. Like, he's not putting the team over the top good, though.
Honestly, I don't think the shitty guys on the Kings bad. Like, he'd be the best player on the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing is I could see the Kings signing him, too, because the Kings just love those. Like, oh, you'll come to Sacramento? Sure, Dwight. We'll have you. You want to be here? Yeah, no, they do, but hey, who cares?
They're already claiming that Harry Giles and Bagley are going to be like the 1-2 punch for the future of the Kings.
Ooh. I hope Harry Giles doesn't have any knee cartilage. I have a friend of a friend who was a Knicks doctor. I guess it doesn't matter if I say it on the stream. And they worked out Giles, and Giles' like knees are just bone on bone. Like there's no cartilage at all in there. So he's not
going to multiple ACL surgeries.
Yeah, he's got nothing left. So like I don't even know like how he's going to play, but maybe they got him some German drugs going in there.
I can't wait till we get into like a life simulation where there aren't injuries and stuff. Like people just are good. But I guess sports probably won't exist any longer.
I think that we're probably closer to that. Like we might be in that right now. It's just not how that works.
Well, then why the fuck would they make people so brittle? Is that a population check?
Yeah, and so that way you don't expect it. Like that way, like if it were all perfect, you would know we were in a simulated reality. But if guys tear ACLs and stuff, and
I wonder why if that's why we have like tsunamis and Trump, because we're breeding too much, and like our computers that run our simulation can't handle it. So that's like the checks and balances put in place to like wipe more people out.
That's not an impossibility.
Like we've reached critical. There's Ayton.
Yeah.
Numero
Ayton
uno.
is gone.
Cheers.
I mean, that was
DeAndre Ayton.
That was the pick to make. I did say that all along. So thank you, Suns. Thank you for making the right pick.
Oh, they didn't make the right pick.
Thank you, Suns, for making the correct pick, the only pick you can make.
Don't forget, this is going to live in the internet in perpetuity. All of our hot takes. I'm going to be like Bill Simmons, pumping my fist for James Young on an ESPN broadcast.
Yeah, that's fair. I still like Doncic, to be perfectly clear, but I still think Ayton was the pick you have to make it one.
Oh, I had some Chick-fil-A today for lunch.
The usual?
I got a spicy chicken sandwich with pickles and pepper jack cheese. I got a large fry with their cheese dipping sauce, which is fucking awesome. And I got a milkshake. The cheese sauce is what you want.
Interesting. I haven't even seen that on the menu, but I always order, online, so might have to try that out. See if we have that.
There we go. Now I'm facing the camera. That's better.
So who's going number 2? We think it's going to be Bagley.
All signs point to Bagley. I think this is a fucking terrible pick by the Kings.
Oh, Cool's giving up 6 earned runs, eh?
That's not cool. Told you he's warm tonight.
Do you spit in the face of people who aren't cool?
The old Carlito joke. Go get your apple. Go get your apple.
Wait,
yeah, I mean, I had a decent amount of cool, but I don't care. It's just 20% of my lineup's burned.
Damn. John Jay looking good. I don't know.
Jingleheimer-Schmidt?
I would like to see, chat, I would like to see some Goldschmidt home runs. I would like to see a Peralta home run and a Descalso home run. And also Alex Avila. So we have a little more work for Chad Cool to do. His night's not over yet, I hope.
Man, how the fuck can I figure out how to listen to this while still hearing you goobers?
I can't imagine they're saying that. There's nothing more interesting on the draft telecast that they're saying than we're saying. I mean,
that's probably true.
That
sucks.
He's good at defending. Bleh. Whatever.
I wish they asked them real questions, like, how much weed you smoke? He's just like, man. I'm trying to avoid it right now because, 1, this stream will end aggressively for me, and 2, I still have to pack, and I'll fail at it.
Packing's easy. What do you need to pack? You're just going to pack some basketball shirts and hats.
That's pretty much exactly right.
1 button down for when you go to a nice dinner.
2 button downs I have, and my suit for the wedding.
Oh, okay. That is a wedding. That's true.
Chad Stalker, what if you went 1 earbud in? You mean like this? I don't know how to pass sound to my ear, but not to yours.
You're still figuring out the producer career that you now are subjected to every day.
Yeah.
Booker, Ayton, Jackson, gonna beast. According to Michael Pomaska, I agree. I think that's a fantastic building block. TJ Warren, don't sleep on him either. Not bad. You want a threesome, though, of guys to build around. That is a very new NBA threesome.
Yeah, you know what would be even newer?
You say Doncic?
Yeah.
Ugh. Can't take Doncic with Booker.
Why?
You can't do it.
Oh, my God, you're on drugs. You act like Doncic is 6'2".
I know he's taller. I get it. But, it's just Booker is so high usage, and he's only good if he's got the ball, and he's only going to get better and be the best player he can be if he's holding that ball a lot. And Doncic,
that's been going great for the Suns so far in Booker's career. You totally wouldn't want another guy to space the floor for him or to create the space to find him. You wouldn't want to give Booker any more spot-up looks. Let's use more Mike James or Tyler Ulis or any one of these other fuckheads. Elfrid Payton for 3 weeks. Yeah, they really shot to the top once they got that real point guard in there. Get a dude that can handle the ball for Booker.
Ulis actually came on pretty strong. I don't know if you remember that, but he was looking like a much better point guard without Booker.
How much do you love dudes from shitty teams?
A lot. I do. They're my favorite ones to project because the hope in front of them is never ending.
Oh God.
I like the Suns. I would pick the Suns. They're not going to make the playoffs, but a team who's going to be surprisingly a 10th seed or something like that is going to get closer next year.
No, they're not.
I think. Okay.
I'll bet whatever you want on a Suns win. Like, whenever the win totals come out, let's put a Chick-fil-A bet on it if you want the over. Because it's probably going to be like 18 or something stupid.
All right, David Frank, if you're going to keep making gay jokes, I don't care if we have 50 people in the chat. I will ban you permanently. Don't be a cunt. We don't ask for much, but it's not funny. Like, it's just
Agreed.
a fucking corny joke to make repeatedly. And then also, like, your name isn't even, like, you're not even the best David Frank. Jason David Frank is much better than you, just so you know. Your family knows that, too, that you're a disappointment. So keep that in mind.
Bagley in. Good luck with that, Kings. Do you want to make a Suns over-under bet on Chick-fil-A that pays off next April?
I don't know what the win total would be that I would go with.
Either you got them winning like 45 because of Ayton now.
I don't think they're winning 45. I think they're winning a respectable 35-38.
You are on the coolest drug. I'm coming to LA instead. I need whatever the fuck you're on. They won 21 games last year.
So Ayton's worth 14 wins, and a new coach who's pretty competent.
Even LeBron wasn't worth 14 wins his first year.
New coach, healthy team.
Oh my god, they're so bad.
Healthy squad.
They're so bad.
I like their fast-paced offense. I think that they have a good shot at being useful. According to the Royal Pro, Atlanta and Dallas have agreed to a deal trading the 3 and 5 picks. I think Luka Doncic to Dallas and Trae Young to Atlanta. Trae Young in Atlanta, I mean, you got to get rid of Schroeder now.
Well, he didn't want to be there anyway. That's a fucking great trade for Dallas. That's so smart. So smart. If that actually happens, I love that trade for Dallas. That's well worth a future first. Getting Luka, him and Dennis Smith, I like it a lot. Man, I wish that Nerlens Noel wasn't such a cocksucker there.
I mean, he wasn't that. They fucked with him too. I don't agree with that.
David Frank with the apology. Pick up.
I
David
appreciate
Frank.
that. Nonetheless, still on my shit list. So whatever.
Atlanta taking Trae Young that's a very Atlanta thing to do.
That is. Jaren Jackson now, I think, an okay value. I didn't like him in the top 3, but if you're the Grizzlies, how does he fit with Gasol? You can stretch the floor.
Fuck it. If Luka Doncic is off the if he's off the board now, I try to take whatever I can get for 4 in Parsons.
Just take Trae Young to fuck everything up.
If that crazy fucking Tobias Harris 12-13 bullshit is real, I snatch that shit up immediately. But I don't think Tobias 12-13 is a real trade if Doncic is gone.
Yeah, it's not worth it, I think, if you're the Clippers at that point.
Okay, so here's one. Here's one. Let's talk about this. So Mo Bamba is going to be like the first center off the board, I would imagine, right? I mean, now after Ayton.
It could be Jackson still.
What if the Grizzlies drafted Bamba or Jackson, I guess, and traded Gasol? What could they get for Gasol? Why?
Gasol just got a coach fired. And they went with Gasol in the decision.
Yep, there's Doncic to the Hawks. Rights to Dallas.
Oh, wow. Is that his mom or his girlfriend?
I think it's his mom. I think she's hella milfy.
Jesus Christ. Somebody said that before in the chat. I didn't see her on camera. Luka Doncic's mom is like the hottest woman in basketball. Sonia Curry looks like dog shit compared to Luka's mom.
So I guess the Hawks are probably going to get who they want here. Because they were never really on Doncic. So they're going to get like Jackson or Bamba or something. I mean, Bamba and Collins I like.
I would take Jackson over Bamba, I think, at 4 if I were the Grizzlies.
I think the play now for the Grizzlies is to trade Gasol. But I don't know where they would trade him to.
I mean, there's got to be places that would take Gasol. I mean, I don't know about the financials of it. But, like, he's a perfect fit for the modern NBA. I think like if you're a team who's got like guys who can shoot, he could run the point from like a point forward kind of position. Even though he's a center, he will get boards.
Gasol has 1 year left at $24 million with a player option for $25.5, and there's no way he's fucking declining that. So, who needs a center and can take on 50 over the next 2 years and wants to contend?
I'm sorry. I'm writing a Luka Doncic's mom tweet. I hardly tweet anymore because I'm just like we're doing so much content bullshit every day. I just need to tweet about it. I need to have something on the record about Luka Doncic's mom.
Is there a team that needs a center? Toronto couldn't pull that trade off without giving up something relevant.
Isaiah McQueen, we're talking about Steph Curry's mom, not Ayesha Curry. Ayesha Curry is not Steph Curry's mom. That would be weird if he were married to his mother.
Yeah.
But also, she is definitely hotter than Ayesha Curry. So I'm sorry. That maybe it might be a racial preference thing. But I think Ayesha Curry compared to Luka Doncic's mom, based on what I just saw, seems unfair. Seems unfair to Ayesha Curry. She's okay looking. Oh, you know what? I'd rather have the gay jokes than insulting me and Mrs. Doncic.
I didn't really see her, but by all accounts, she's smashed.
She was on the screen for like a minute when he was giving his initial hugs and just looked gorgeous. Looked like a classy Melania Trump style European woman.
What do you think it would take for Milwaukee to get Gasol?
Brogdon. They don't want Bledsoe. I mean, they would ask,
right? Like that would be a spot. That's a spot where someone needs a center.
I don't know, the salaries
is not the answer.
It'd be interesting. It would be an interesting fit.
Pull up the trade.
I mean, it's got to start with Brogdon and like I would think Brogdon and Middleton is what they would want, but I wouldn't give up Middleton.
Oh, that ain't happening. That's way too much to give up.
Luka Doncic's mom looks like Chandler Parsons. I think you're just being racist against white people, Isaiah McQueen. I think we all look alike to you. So that's false. Also, Chandler Parsons would be a very attractive woman, if we're being honest. He's a beautiful man. Slayed more Instagram models than you can even name.
I would do that trade any longer.
Oklahoma chef just got out of the shower, did the live stream. It is what it is. My hair is what it is. I don't have to impress a bunch of guys in a live stream. That's how I feel about my hair today.
But you want to, though.
I do not. In fact, the longer we do this live stream, the more I'm getting to be surly, Josh.
Holy shit! It's 7:53. When did that happen? I thought it was like 20 after 7. So much to do. What time is my flight?
Let's
I haven't smoked yet.
Let's go. Let's stick with the G-Lock. You're gonna get the same treatment, by the way. Like this is a place where I don't have to say gay jokes anymore. At Barstool, I could be like, haha, it's funny. It's really not funny anymore, and it's not fucking cute. Like it's just like we live in fucking 2018. It's not a joke. You're just saying something about somebody's preference. So fuck off.
7,
especially during fucking Pride Month. Like, don't be like. How ironic that you and David Frank are being cocksuckers during Pride Month. Next live stream, Monday. I would presume it'll be me and Jake.
Yeah. No Joshy tomorrow.
No Josh tomorrow. There's no way I'm doing it alone. We'll see if I get forced to do it alone tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I would do it alone. Let's just put it that way.
You wouldn't do it alone, or you would? You would do it alone.
Yeah, I would. Of course, I would do it alone. I did it alone for 5 months.
You know, I wouldn't because like I don't have a screen capture thing, so it would just be me talking. And if I did run a screen capture thing, like my computer would slow down to bullshit. Mac Pro, whatever minis or MacBook minis, I forget what I have.
You guys will be fine with a day off.
Not a thing that would run that well.
So it's kind of exciting for me because I don't have any idea who the Grizzlies are about to take.
Yeah, I really do think they should just take Trae Young and then just be like, sorry, trade with us now. Calling someone a cocksucker. No, because a cocksucker doesn't actually refer to your preference for sucking penises. It refers to you being an asshole. So we could also say that, asshole, but it was more of a poetic joke to make.
Yeah, that actually isn't the worst idea if I'm the Grizzlies. But, well, no, you don't want to give up a future first.
If you took Trae Young?
Yeah.
I mean, it would make chaos, and somebody's got to trade you something for somebody. So that's what I would just do.
No, that's the thing. Nobody's got to treat you shit. All you did is just make it harder.
But then, yeah. But then Atlanta's just stuck with Doncic, and they don't want Doncic, really.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
I just think it would be funny if they took Trae Young. Just troll. Just do it.
I'm with Isaiah McQueen. Josh for president. Josh for president. Got to do better than the current one. Am I right? MAGA. Jaren Jackson Jr.
There we go. The only pick they could make.
You wearing like a velour suit?
It looks like a lovely couch.
Yeah, is that velvet?
Yeah, I think it is velvet, actually. It could be velour or velvet. To be fair, I don't think you could tell the difference on TV.
To be fair, I don't know what the difference between those two things are. I really liked his dad when he was in the league.
Who was his dad?
Jaren Jackson Sr.
I don't even remember there being a Jaren Jackson Sr.
Played 13 years in the NBA. 1999 NBA champion with the Spurs.
Was he on Denver at some point? Avila! Alex Avila home run. Fuck all y'all. Feels good.
When did that happen? I didn't even get the alert yet.
This came through for the VIPs of the Alex Avila fan club. Told you motherfuckers. Chad cool. Well, like Chad sucks. Pitching.
Should you get all of the credit since you say his name wrong?
Cool?
Nope.
Avila?
Avila?
I'm pretty sure both are allowed. You butcher Latino names every day. I never go give you shit on that.
There's the pronunciation. Avila.
I'm pretty sure you could say Alex Avila. It depends on where the accent is.
I'm showing you where the fucking thing is. There is no accent. I'm giving you the pronunciation on Baseball Reference. I think you get like half credit now. Don't
besmirch my Avila Avila pick with name pronunciations. How dare you? How dare you, sir?
I just saw who the fucking Magic are taking at 6. It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, no spoilers.
I won't say anything.
I'm assuming it's Wendell Carter or something.
No. Well, I'm not gonna say anything.
All right. Yeah, don't woj us. Don't woj us. HPT. Why did you switch out last minute? Because you didn't hear me defend Avila with all my heart.
What team's
He's a great player. Oh man, I wish I traded my home run pick.
I bet you do.
Instead, I have stupid Teoscar Hernandez. He's probably gonna do jack shit. John Lamb's gonna throw 7 strikeouts.
He's gonna give up that dong to Kendry Morales.
Not impossible. That will be the most upsetting outcome.
I have 11% Avila.
Avila.
Ooh. I think that home run just helped me a lot. My winnings
I hope it did.
Doubled.
I hope it did, and I hope you listened to me when you made that pick. I hope your optimizer was like, man, that guy's really, really coming through.
Yeah, I got way up top of the beanball.
I also did spell out again, not a tout channel, but since everybody else is tout, I did say a Diamondback stack looked really fucking good tonight.
I have a couple lineups with him, Kettle Marte. Wow, 8-0. Holy fuck.
Mm-hmm. Because Chad Kuhl is a bad pitcher. Chad Kuhl is a bad pitcher.
I've got a bunch of Marte, Avila, Scherzer lines, so that's helpful.
Yeah, I still need more out of the Descalso, Peralta, Goldschmidt trio, but
I have Angels stacks with this Diamondback stack, but I have a very unique Angels stack. So one is Upton, Valbuena, Pujols. The other is Kinsler, Hermosillo, Valbuena. So not total overlap. Kind of exciting. If the Angels pop off at all, I might be dancing in the streets.
Bad news that you're going with Chad Gould negative 12.9.
Yeah, I don't want to look at the bottom end of my lines right now because I don't think that's just going very well. Oh yeah, I've got lines that have just Chad Cool going, so I've got negative 12.9 here. 2 Ks, 8 earned, 8 hits, 6 outs. Glad he wasn't in the quick hits. Whew. Not gonna be able to recover from that one.
It's been a rough week for the quick hits.
Not gonna recover from that.
G-Lock, I don't need a lecture from you, buddy. Also, we don't do gay jokes often. I never do gay jokes. I think that's pretty offensive. So you can also fuck off.
I'll do positive ones, but not negative ones.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you know what, G-Lock? You might just be getting the boot.
Uh-oh.
It's
one more chance. I'm feeling hospitable.
No, but don't lecture me back. I feel like that's sort of my line. Like, there's a reason that you're on that side, G-Lock. But thank you, David Frank. If you comment me picking pitchers, then I will accept that. Oh, okay. He wants to get booted. So cool. Peace out, dude. It's my first time I've actually ever banned somebody.
I retweeted the joke earlier. Did you see Trae Young's suit?
No, I'm looking now. Oh, he's wearing shorts. You probably saw LeBron.
Somebody said that was the Isaiah Thomas suit that they got measured for, however long ago before Isaiah got traded from the Cavs.
Oh, that is a pretty good one. I don't like that. Is that thing in there? Like, is that like an actual style, or did LeBron just try to make that a thing?
I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want if you're a gajillionaire, huh? What's up, Isaiah? You don't got to bail, man. Yeah, so Isaiah, you're fine. Yeah, like, I have no problem critiquing, but we moved on. Don't come back and try to make a point about how you feel great about the one thing I'm saying. Don't fucking do it because it pisses me off. I worked on a website. I worked on the internet for 10 years. There's nothing that's more affecting to me and to poor kids out there who I've had emails from when I worked at Barstool who were little closeted lacrosse kids who fucking hate the people making gay jokes for no reason. So sorry, it's a trigger for me. But Isaiah McQueen, if you want to go make gay jokes, knock yourself out. Wrong guy.
I know. No, I'm saying if he's that passionate about it turning sour, it's not sour. You have to have principles, and I'm one of very few people on the internet who have principles. Josh too.
I don't have any.
You have thoughts. You're making your Trump things. You had your points.
Yeah, my only thoughts are why the fuck didn't you look at the weather before 6:45?
That is also true. So I don't know. So who'd the Magic pick? I don't even know. They haven't picked on TV yet.
Yeah, we'll wait for it.
Oh, well, now...
I'll say this. It just showed Magic's needs. Point guard, perimeter shooting. Let's just say I think they're going a different direction.
Oh, man. I don't even know. I'm really baffled as to who it could even be that's not Wendell Carter.
Well, I mean, just think a little harder.
Oh, wait, Bamba?
Yep.
Oh, so that's not a bad pick for them.
How many fucking big men can you have?
But they're probably going to trade Vooch, though.
Okay. How many big men are you going to have? They're still paying Biyombo $600 million for the next couple of years. Jonathan Isaac is probably a center. Aaron Gordon is already playing out of position at the 3. We're running out of places to put these people.
Yeah, no, look, I agree. I think there's too many guys, but you got to take the best available player, and that you can't. One of the podcasts this week talked about that. I think it might have been Zach Lowe's, where he was saying a lot of teams make the mistake of you try to cover your mistake by then drafting guys around it. Actually, it might have been an NFL podcast. We're talking about Joey Harrington.
No, it was Zach Lowe. Zach Lowe
Okay.
and Jonathan Givony. I think it was. I listened to it too, so it wasn't about the NFL, or I wouldn't have heard it.
But they did reference talking about Joey Harrington as like the reason why.
And the wide receivers, yeah.
Yeah, and like they basically just kept drafting wide receivers. They're like, well, Joey just needs options. Joey just needs weapons. And G-Lash just got a timeout ban. He got a 300-second timeout. You can come back, but if you ask to be booted, you're getting booted. That's pretty simple stuff.
Mo Bamba must be so pissed.
I don't think so. Why would you be pissed about going to Orlando? No state tax, or like
Because
unlimited.
they've been bad for eternity.
I would. I think Orlando is not a team that people are like, oh no, like it's not Sacramento. You're going to Orlando, and you're having like, I don't know, like you're having the hottest girls around and a thriving city for single young people, and you're making hundreds of millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars.
All I know about Orlando is that's a place where families go to have a vacation and then they shoot up popular clubs.
No, it was Orlando's actually really dope. I was there for the WrestleMania that was there, and went to like a lot of brunches, met a lot of interesting people.
I went to Disney instead. Played in that arcade. Went to the water park. It was great.
I went to Universal, which was good. I did not go to Disney there.
Yeah, those are the same things.
Let's see. You're a Bulls fan. Shane's a Bulls fan. There you go. Who would you take? I think it's Porter still for them.
I mean, I would want Wendell Carter.
I feel like he's the least exciting pick for Chicago.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to win a basketball game, not be fucking exciting.
Okay, I would go.
Shit.
I think they need hope, so I'd probably go Porter. Porter at least represents some hope. Carter, they're just kind of same shit.
Why does Porter represent hope? Because he was good 2 years ago?
I mean, because he was the top high school prospect in all of high school, and
so
he had
was Sebastian Telfair at one point in time. People get this shit wrong when people are 17. I don't need the guy with the spine injuries and shit. He's like, I blew his knee out. I'll take a shot at it. I'm good on back injuries.
It's a different era, though, when that happened. Like, scouting, I think, has become far enough where I would feel less reluctant about taking a high school kid because they've studied them at so much length from, 7th grade on.
Yeah, Sebastian Telfair was a really weird example. I just couldn't think of anybody else that was highly regarded and then was terrible.
OJ Mayo was close. Also not good.
Yeah, he's got his own sort of, issues.
He fucked over him. He fucked over USC pretty well.
I liked OJ Mayo.
I did too, but he took a bag for our school and got us in a world of NCAA trouble. So
well,
I don't mind.
We don't need to act like he's the only person that does that.
He's the only player who ever took money, and USC is the only NBA or only NCAA basketball team who ever gave money. So,
what do you say? Bulls pick the last pick of this? I don't care about anything else.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Hawks-Mavs trade happened. That's really all I need.
You don't want to know where all the bridges go?
No.
Diamondbacks already. I knew they would, Christian Diaz. I knew the Diamondbacks were having a big night. Any night against Chad Kuhl, you're having a big night. Do you have an NBA team?
Not really. I mean, the Mavs, but not somebody that I care about.
Yeah, I grew up rooting for the Bulls because growing up I rooted for all the teams that my dad hated because I thought it was like a fun thing when I was 4. Little did I know that it was like people would treat it like it was an edible complex kind of thing as an adult. But the Bulls were the team I chose very early, and
like every other child that's our age.
Well, so I picked all my teams in '89. So because I remember being 4 or 5 for all of them, and I picked the Cowboys when they were 1-15. The Bulls when they lost to the Pistons and that Eastern Conference Finals, and the Yankees were terrible then too. And those were my teams, and obviously that turned out to be very beneficial for being perceived as a front-running kid in the '90s. But I don't root for the Bulls anymore because I don't have an affinity to them. It was really just a Jordan thing.
Samesies. I really
like the Nets.
Dirk, so that's why I like the Mavs a lot.
I'm kind of ready to join one of the LA one of the LA teams. Like I would like to root for like the Clippers, but if the Lakers get LeBron, I don't see how that's a fun thing.
Atomic City. I have been to Fat Pelican a lot. Big fan of that bar.
Sorry, Sue Shane. I did like the Derrick Rose teams too, but it just like I realized during the Derrick Rose years where I wasn't as mad about him as like a lot of people living in Chicago were. So that was sort of my wake up call where I just kind of realized I was an NBA fan in general and not a fan of the team.
Yeah, I just like basketball. I don't really cheer for anything in particular.
I just root for high-scoring, fun matchups, and that's why I like shitty teams. That's why I want the Suns.
Yeah.
I mean, watching a lot of Suns.
What the fuck is this awful LeVar Ball commercial for Foot Locker? Oh my god.
He's doing a Billy Mays thing. It's cute. It's kitschy.
It's not. To get that guy, no one should give that guy any money to do anything.
Isn't one of them's in the draft, right? Technically,
Man, he fucking sucks.
He's not the best. It's Leangelo. No, not Leangelo.
I don't know the difference. I don't care who they are.
I think no, just Leangelo is
It's
in it.
Jello or whatever the fuck they call
Yeah.
it. I keep caring.
LaMelo's the one who's supposed to be pretty okay. I think Leangelo's the
He's a
sucky
fucking
bro.
child. He's like 15 years old. Just leave him be a child. You don't take him to Lithuania. Nobody wants to go to Lithuania on purpose.
I've heard nice things about Eastern Europe in general.
Great. So Lithuania is like the 40th country you might get to if you were trying to take a vacation on purpose. You don't take your freshman in high school or whatever the fuck he is kid there.
Is Lithuania technically former like Soviet Czech?
I don't know.
Because I would say like there's probably some sexy ladies based on what I know of that space.
Yeah, just less. Whatever I can do to get less LeVar Ball in my life, I'm in.
He's got a unique spot in the world. Who were the Bulls gonna pick? Who are they gonna pick? Oh, Mirotic. Oh, that's so sad. His face must have been really fucked up.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that.
Probably for the best for him. I feel like he would have just been a joke in a way where he might not have recovered from it.
Well, I just think it's interesting that they weren't like super mad at Bobby Portis, so I want to know what Mirotic did. Oh, this should be good.
I think they're just both assholes, probably. What?
Stop showing this trade.
Oh. You ghoulish bastard, Adam
That's
Silver.
a great trade for Dallas, in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, there is a decent chance during the lottery again the Hawks get a better pick, but if you think Doncic is that great, sure.
Wendell Carter to the Bulls!
You were right. Oh, that outfit. Good for you. Good for you, Wendell Carter.
Called it. Told you. That's where it needed to be. I like it. It's a shame.
If you're gonna wear that
it's a shame I hate the rest of the Bulls.
I actually like the Bulls.
Well, of course you do. They're bad. Zach LaVine sucks. Chris Dunn sucks. I like Markkanen.
Chris Dunn doesn't suck.
Yes, he does.
LaVine is kind of bad. Denzel Valentine's not bad. Portis isn't bad.
You're just naming guys that are like the 9th best person on a good team.
But they're young. You gotta let them grow.
Chris
let them
Dunn's
run.
like
Baby
26.
Bulls. Baby Bulls. Let them go.
Oh, but yeah, that went so well the first time. You get that Tyson Chandler Eddie Curry combo.
So he's just wearing a Gucci scarf over his suit. Like I thought.
I hope so.
At first I thought it was like an African thing, which I would have been on board with. But then I was thinking like go full Wakanda if you're gonna do like an African theme thing. But he's just wearing a Gucci like shawl.
Good. That seems awesome.
I don't
Gucci.
like that.
Team
Coming to
Carter,
America.
man. Team Wendell Carter.
I don't hate it. It's not a bad pick. Yeah, no, not a bad pick.
I can't remember who's been drafted at this point, so I think we should call it. I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. There's an outside chance we'll be back tomorrow, or I'll be back tomorrow, but more likely than not, we'll be back on Monday with me and Jake while Josh is traveling the globe of San Francisco. So, yeah, we will see you guys again soon. Josh, any parting words?
I'll see you guys in a week, baby. I'll be back on Thursday. Adios.
Bye, guys.